Hi there, welcome to the all new Culture Cast. This is Nick. I'm coming up here before our episode begins. This episode is about Kraven the Hunter. And in the true nature of the Sony universe of Spider Man movies, our episode, about midway through, suffered some severe audio difficulties and slowly but surely fell off a cliff. However, we decided to release it anyway so you all can enjoy the chaos that follows. I will be popping up here and there as an editor's note to let you know when things were kind of going bad, when we needed to switch programs, and try to salvage what we could. So, sit back, relax. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the All New Culture Cast.
It's that time again. Time for the all new Culture Cast, which begins right now.
All right, welcome back everyone to the all new Culture Cast. I'm your host Nick, and with me tonight is
The Gore Hound, reporting live from the graveyard.
Cousin Charles from Missouri.
and we're here. We're craving some Craven. We're craving a six pack, but not the one from White Castle. We're talking about Aaron Taylor Johnson's six pack. Kick-Ass's own Aaron
How
Taylor
about
Johnson.
a weak intro? You guys, Aaron Taylor Johnson, shirt off, entire movie, just absorbing the beauty, the majesty. One of the most attractive men today.
I'm surprised he didn't have his shirt off more throughout the movie. Cause like he took it off
We got
about after the flashback. What's that, cuz?
I'll say when he got onto his lady friend's plane.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
he just takes his shirt off. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he did that just for me. I know he did.
And I feel like he didn't do it a whole lot more. I mean, at the end, he took it off before he put on the vest, but he was like, his shirt off was like in the dark. So, like, I don't know. I was expecting more Taylor Johnson. I'll be honest with you. I could have done with more. There's a cat on your.
There is.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is I'll take it from here because you can't seem to get your shit together.
No. You're jumping over something.
Man crush.
Man crush of the week is Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Oh yeah. It was difficult to find anybody that could have beat him this week. Albeit it was a slow week in attractive men. But you just need one attractive man to keep you going.
Words to live by.
Amen. I'd watch this again.
Gorham, I'm taking it that you liked Kraven the Hunter.
Thoroughly.
And cuz I'm taking it that you did not like Kraven the Hunter.
No, I did. No, I did not. It was the longest 2 hours
correct,
of my
Nick.
life. That was the longest 2 hours of my life that I'll never get back.
I will say this. My view on Kraven the Hunter, I think I fall somewhere in between the two of you. I thought it was entertaining, but I thought it was just kind of like, I've seen this, I will never see it again. I will say Aaron Taylor Johnson gives it his all in this movie. He's clearly having fun. I did like that scene where he like turns around that businessman's office with like the crossbow, and he's like, "Are you on my list?" And he's like, "Oh," and just like casually shoots the guy.
Yeah. He was having a great time. He really brought his A game to this. I can see him. He is going to make it through this whole Sony debacle. He is part of this universe because he wants to be, and he can, and you really can't argue against his portrayal of Kraven.
So you're saying better than Dakota Johnson's portrayal as Madam Web?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And so we are bookend. This is the bookend sandwich between Madame Web and Venom. And so I kind of grouped these three together. And that also is why my rating of this is pretty high, because we just came off one of the worst movies that I've ever seen, let alone the Marvel Universe. And so grouping these in, that might be an unfair grouping to bring all these in, but like,
no, it's fair.
It's a newer Sony movie in the Marvel Universe, and all of them should be moving together like how the Avengers did. So
Sony had no plan to this, and whatever plan they had, they threw it out the window at any chance they got. Like they kept saying these are all connected, but they're not connected, and maybe they're connected. And then they're like so desperately trying to connect it with the MCU, and they're not connected to MCU, but they're really wanting to be connected. It's a mess.
They were close. They were very close at 2 points.
I messaged you guys earlier, and in this message, I put down. Let me see here. Oops. I put down. I swear this movie, and the reason I put that down is, this
I dismissed
movie. This movie, we haven't even talked about the plot yet, or the quote unquote plot. This movie reminded me of a video game that came out about 20 years ago called GoldenEye Rogue Agent. Are either of you familiar with this game?
Is
No.
this the GoldenEye port that's on the Wii?
No. This is a game that someone somewhere got the James Bond video game license and decided, let's make a game called GoldenEye because everyone likes that game. And instead of making it good, let's have a James Bond game where James Bond is not in it, but instead we'll make up a new character called GoldenEye, and he works for all of James Bond's villains, even though those villains have no connection to one another. And then those villains will fight one another, and you have to navigate trying to get through these villains. And this movie felt like that, where like there's no Spider-Man to connect these guys, but you have all of these like Spider-Man villains, like the Rhino versus Kraven, but then the Rhino works with the Foreigner, and they name drop Miles Warren, and they Kraven
there was
with
a
Chameleon.
lot. There were a lot of characters, a lot of name dropping, and for a less, not a less obscure villain, but this is his introduction to the universe. Is it his first appearance?
Well, yeah, but like keep in mind, like these movies have nothing to do with like any of the Avengers movies. Like they were like, never going to connect to begin with.
All of those TV series, where they have like
She-Hulk and all that, and
Luke Cage. Like, has he made a presence in there?
No.
Okay. Yeah. So
we're still talking about Kraven, right?
Yeah.
Kraven, yeah.
It is a strike against it with, flooding all these names, in, the first movie, holds them back. But I did like seeing all of these fun characters and it delivering in, like why they are who they are.
I can't tell if Gorehound, I genuinely can't tell if you're doing a bit or if you're genuinely in love with this movie.
No, I thoroughly enjoyed it, but in a Congo kind of way. Like, it was not good, but I had a lot of fun watching it. I looked forward to watching it, and it delivered. I was not expecting, Thor 3 in this. I just wanted to see something where the main guy is the main guy throughout the entire time, and we get to just play around with him and just like he just says all this ridiculous stuff and he just kills all these people just for the fun of it. It was worth it.
Cause a question for you.
Yeah.
I am not up. I feel you might be more in the know with Spider-Man lore than I am.
Word.
I like Spider-Man. I haven't read. I don't know. I'll tell you the basics about his villains. I don't know all the ins and outs. Is Kraven in this movie anything like his comic book counterpart?
Even if he wasn't accurate to the comics, he still felt like a comic book character. A lot of the way that he was moving, I was like, oh, that looks like a splash page. That looks like these lines look like something that he would say in a comic. Whether it's true or not, that's how it felt.
Man, Gorehound, how big was the check Sony gave you for this? That's the. I mean, Kraven the Hunter is kind of a.
Did you not enjoy seeing Aaron Taylor Johnson during the entire movie?
I like Aaron Taylor Johnson. I've liked a lot of stuff.
Wasn't he attractive in this? Like, wasn't it fun to just watch him for 2 hours?
His bird didn't quit. Russell Crowe's bird, on the other hand, it did quit.
Yeah.
He's less Maximus and more Maximum.
Yeah, he was pretty annoying. Yeah, that was one of the things that I can't really forgive. But like, he was a villain, and he's a Russell Crowe villain, so like.
Okay, sure. Okay.
Like Jor-El.
Let's like Jor-El. I caught that reference. Hashtag restore the Snyderverse. I want to talk about the plot really quickly.
Well, before you do that, let me finalize my thought. Yes and no. Is he like the comics? I mean, I always view Kraven as just sort of like he's obsessed with the idea of finding a challenge to beat him. That's why he goes after Spider-Man, because, it's less about being a hired mercenary or something like that. He's usually just there for the thrill of it. And just like, I want to show that I'm better, that I'm the best at that there is at what I do.
Mm-hmm.
There are elements where he's like, he does hunt animals, but he'd be more fine with like, saving them or protecting them because he's like, has a respect with nature. So that aspect is kind of close to some of the comics. Sometimes he has like pet cat, usually like a tiger. Here he kind of did, but he just more or less just, I thought they were going to do a bit where they revealed that, oh, that leopard's attacking him, but they're playing. No, that leopard was trying to rip his face off. So, I mean, I remember when I was watching this originally with my buddy, I was like naming off other superheroes that this reminded me of. I was like, okay, look, it's Animal Man. Look, it's the Punisher. Look, it's CW Arrow. There's a lot more characters there's a lot more characters I could point out that were closer to ATG's. Yeah, I just got that right. Portrayal
ATJ.
of AT. Oh, that's right, ATJ.
ATJ, yeah.
My apologies.
I will not be abbreviating his name. I will be saying his full name the entire podcast. Okay.
It's like a Tribe Called Quest. You gotta say the whole thing. But yeah, that's. I just wanted to answer that question before we move forward, in case the audience was holding their breath.
So, okay, let's talk about the story here. I want to see if I make sure I understood this thing.
Okay.
We have Kraven, who Sergi, his real name. I don't care. When he was a kid, he was mauled by like a lion, and he was given a magic potion that gave him lion-ish powers, maybe, which I think was an invention of this movie. Although there are versions of Kraven where he does have like animal type powers, but who cares? Um, Daddy Russell Crowe is some sort of nondescript mobster. Maybe does drug trade. We're not sure. It's kind of vague at what he does. And he
You
has a
know my
brother
business.
what's it?
You know my business, son.
And then he has a brother or half brother who is more sensitive. So of course the father hates him. But he
My
can
pussy.
mimic people.
Oh, I'll hold off to that joke. I've been working on it since I started rewatching it, so I'll hold off for just a moment for the right time.
And Aaron Taylor Johnson's like fed up, so he leaves, and he kind of becomes a vigilante against the criminals. And then years pass, and he decides to visit his brother for his birthday, and his brother's kidnapped. Now we're an hour into the movie when the plot actually begins. And the only reason I realized it was an hour in is because I happened to pause the movie at that point to use the bathroom, and it was like on the exact like hour, like halfway mark of the movie. And so Aaron Taylor Johnson goes after the Rhino, who is reimagined as another mobster who is trying to consolidate, because there's only like I guess two mobster families in this world. Or three. You had Russell Crowe, the guy who Aaron Taylor Johnson
Why do
killed
they
in
need a
jail.
motive? Like, aren't there's just a bunch of criminals in this world, and they need to be stopped? And Kraven is the
Yeah.
one person who can.
Oh no, I know, but like the bad guy's like, well, so and so died, so I'm taking over his empire. And it's like, okay, wouldn't there be like hundreds of other mobster groups wanting to take over? That doesn't matter. And they all want to kill the hunter because he's been hunting them. And the brother gets kidnapped because they found out who the hunter is, and ultimately it gets revealed that Russell Crowe gave the Rhino Kraven's identity, even though the Rhino hired another guy to find the identity. Maybe because they finally meet and they're like, "You didn't find." I don't know what the foreigner's point of being in this movie was.
What I took from that was that his dad basically put out the kill for the hunter to like lure him back here.
Yeah, because he wanted Kraven to take out the Rhino, so he would be big mega mob boss.
Mm-hmm.
Big Russian. And then Aaron Taylor Johnson sicks a bear on him.
Yeah.
And then we cut to what should probably have been a post-credit scene.
With the
where,
chameleon.
Yeah, where his brother is all of a sudden like, I'm taking over now. And, and then he reveals that he's got face-changing powers. And then, he also has a letter from the dad that he killed saying, son, you must be strong, no fear. That's literally his only two motivations.
Yeah.
And then he gets his little vest, the little lion vest.
Yeah, dude, but that was pretty badass, right? Like, he looked so good. He was just in awe of himself.
Again, are you doing a bit? I feel like you're doing a bit.
He was legit awesome in that. And when you are that awesome, take a moment to just appreciate yourself. Like, I just don't think that superheroes really do that, to be like, yeah, look at me. I look awesome. I am sick. Nobody looks better than me.
I'm ready for C2E2.
I do like that. That's like the culmination of his character arc is getting that little vest. It's like, oh, this is the one thing I was missing.
So, like, at the end of the movie, we're going to jump right into the end here. The Kraven's sort of disappointed that his brother has taken over the criminal empire, and the brother sort of guilts Kraven, being like, "You're just like Dad. All you care about is the hunt. You don't care about anything. You just want to kill." Right. And I'm thinking to myself,
I felt that moment.
it was a stupid moment because, like, he's like, you're just as bad as Dad. No, he's not. Kraven, while he's killing people, which is of course not good, he's killing like bad people. Like he's not like a mobster. He's not like doing like illegal stuff for monetary gain. He's killing poachers, which that's bad.
Yeah, don't like
He's
that.
killing mobsters who are like God knows what they're up to. Yeah, he's not good, but like he's way better than Russell Crowe.
Right, but it's his desire to do that isn't for like to better the world. It's because he really likes hunting people and he will find a reason to hunt more and more people, even if like they're not that bad. Like he's never going to
But
stop
there's nothing
hunting.
in the movie that establishes that.
Whoa, hold on. Gore, I think you're off base there. He specifically says he goes after people like his father. Like, at no point did he say, I just love killing." He made it seem like he had a very specific purpose. Again,
But based on the speech at the end with the chameleon, I feel like that is what he was getting at, and that is where Kraven also realized, like, oh, I'm really not that great of a guy.
The character you're thinking of, Gorehound, is the Punisher. Like the Punisher, I feel like if we're to be realistic, once he gets rid of all the crime bosses, low-level hoodlums, he started going after jaywalkers eventually to fill in that role.
Headshot.
I do see the similarities, but also this is like a superhero villain. Like they're going to share. There's going to be some overlap in them.
You can have an anti-villain, that's fine, but like I don't know. Like the chameleon speech seemed over the top. Now, if this was going to turn into like a trilogy of movies, that could have been an interesting story arc. Like he starts out like I'm just killing bad guys, but then develops into like I just need to go for the hunt. Fine, that's nothing wrong with that. But like as contained in this movie,
well,
I don't think so, Tim.
It's not even contained because like I don't know much about film editing. I'll admit that. I'm not I've never edited I think I've edited one thing in iMovie when I was like 10 or 12. It was like a parody trailer of Cops. But so I don't know about editing, but I do know that an opening prologue of an unrelated action sequence, that's fine. A lot of action movies do that. But then cutting right into our backstory for like the next 40 minutes, and then going into and then setting up this whole other conflict with the Rhino, and then we got lady who I'm pretty sure slept with the director, and
Calypso.
Yeah, she was awful. I felt like this is her first time reading lines because she was just not very good.
Definitely a shoo-in.
Yeah, like the main crux, like the main inciting incident is, again, it is his brother being kidnapped, and now he's on the hunt to get his brother back. Like, but that you're right. But Nick, you said it. This happens at about an hour and 20 minutes into the movie. The movie gets started with its main thrust at an hour and 20 minutes into the runtime. What the fuck?
One thing
that's how a 2-hour movie feels like 200 years.
I want to quickly go back to the actress who you all have problems with. Number one, she wasn't sleeping with the director.
DeBose.
Yeah, she wasn't sleeping with the director because she's not straight. And secondly, do keep in mind that she is a Academy Award winning actress.
What? No way. I call Bolshevik
I mean, she accepted this role, so
She has earned a nomination for a Tony Award. She won the Academy Award when she was in Steven Spielberg's West Side
okay, fine. She's
Story.
a good actress, but
What the
still,
fuck?
she accepted this role and
Really?
was not a very good position for this character. Albeit, there's nobody who could have done
Well,
this character good given the total screen time and script.
Well, it's wild
okay.
with this character. Like I don't know what they're trying to. I will say this. I don't. Anyone who's bad in this movie, it's not their fault. Um, because like I don't know what they're trying to. It's funny is like they set her up as like this very Kraven his powers, and then she's somehow connected to the mob people because she's a lawyer, and then she suddenly knows how to use a crossbow, and then she just disappears for the rest of the movie. Like after she kills like the foreigner, you do not see her again. And it's kind of like we have no resolution with her. What's her deal? What's going on here?
Okay, I'll take back my comments because I thought this is America. I thought Trump's president, economy's legalized now, or so. Okay, but no, yeah, I mean, because yeah, the character's introduction is her grandmother basically saying, you know, we come from a long line of powerful women, voodoo priestesses, and we can read the future. And I'm saying this as someone whose wife was into tarot. Those first two cards, I'm pretty sure are real. I've seen cards that are like that. I don't think there's a third card that's got a boy being mauled by a lion on it.
I don't
Correct
know.
me if I'm
I don't
wrong.
know anything about tarot, but I
Well,
didn't.
apparently you're.
What's your criticism of me? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Look at his smug face.
I think Gorhan's very upset at you, cuz.
I don't care. I can't. I wish I could see the movie the way you see it, Gorehound. I really wish I could, but I've
Well,
got.
when I saw this, I saw like a 90s action film that was just Craven just jumping all around, killing people, having a good time, throwing in villains back and forth. It seemed like a fun 90s movie with CGI that was like about 90s quality.
What What was funny? My buddy who watched it with me, I think the night a couple days earlier, he'd watched the movie Mufasa when the CGI lion shows up. I'm like, hey, look, we got Mufasa right here.
I haven't seen that one yet. Nick, are you with us or are you still frozen?
What's it? Hello?
Am I frozen? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, there you are.
You're frozen, my dude.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. I've heard you this whole time.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Perfect.
Your picture's just frozen, that's all. Oh, now it's coming back.
You moved once.
Am I back?
Sure.
No, cuz continue.
Where was I at in my rant?
Nick's not here. I'm an AI.
Life model decoy. That's a Marvel reference, people. I'm trying to remember where I was at in my rant.
I was saying how this felt like a 90s action movie, and that is a good thing.
I mean, I like cheesy action movies, don't get me wrong. I think around the fall of last year, I spent a whole week because I was home alone. I watched a double feature of The Rundown and SWAT back to back. So I appreciate schlock, but when Craven was doing his Craven thing and he was like, cutting people's throats up, I think the best kill in the movie is where he takes the fucking bear trap and slams it on the dude's head. Like that's pretty great. Like when that stuff happens, it's pretty good. Or I should say, like,
and there was adequate amounts of it. Like it wasn't just like a few scenes. Like they kept the action up consistently through this. I never felt bored for too long.
I felt like there was a lot of talking and a lot of just like a lot of people talking, standing side by side and having a whole conversation about what the exposition is to get us to the next thing. I mean, there's a lot better action movies. I appreciate that. Again, some of the kills were fun, but like I don't think it was enough. Like it feels like there are scenes that if you watch them out of context could be interesting or are kind of entertaining. Like again, the office kill where like the one again, which is it's jarring because it's like, okay, so Kraven just saw them in Russia, hunting the buffalo, which I'll get into in a second because I'm an animal nerd and I got a complaint. So, and then the next thing cuts to he's going to this guy's office and like, Mr. Tanglin, we came across some trouble, but I took care of it. And Kraven twists around and, he's like, where's Mr. Tanglin? Oh, you're standing in him. Like, that's great. Yeah. And then the shot at the end where like the guy's pinned to the back of the door, also great.
Yeah.
But like, I think
there's inconsistent. Yeah.
There's like an old Russian film exercise where they would give students like a box of random reels, like little snippets, and it was their job to like look through the little snippets and try to edit together a story. And that's what this feels like, just a bunch of random scenes, edited, very quickly, very rudimentarily edited together to make the most coherent sense. That's the best way I can describe this movie.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I like these. I loved Morbius. Morbius for me, that's the gold standard. That is like, I've always maintained that every great bad movie has to have a crazy person at the heart of it. Jared Leto was the heart of Morbius. That man believed that he was a paraplegic who got vampire powers and suddenly gained super strength. All right? He was committed. He was method acting that stuff.
I'll give you that. But he wasn't as good looking as Aaron Taylor Johnson.
No. His bird quit a long time ago. But like, and again, then you have paired up with Matt Smith, who knows he's in a dog shit movie and just having the time of his fucking life. The closest we get is the guy who plays the Rhino. I mean, he gets pretty silly, but he's not in it enough to really appreciate the silliness.
Yeah.
They essentially give him the Iron Man 3 treatment with like Guy Pearce, where like in the prologue he's like a wimpy guy, kind of a just a real nobody piece of shit, and then it's like I became, through super science, I became powerful. Although in this guy's case, he became a man rhino.
Why would I team up with a nobody?
Why would I team up with nobody? I'm here. I am. Oh, I am here to hunt with my sons after my wife killed herself. Yeah, really, dad of the fucking year, like cinematic dad of the year there.
Yeah, no, I mean he was a dirtbag in every scene of this. Yeah.
Move over, Omni-Man. Move over, Denethor. Fiction's greatest dirtbag dad. Russell Crowe as Mr. Kravenoff. I should have called him the hippo.
Nick, what are you thinking?
Russell Crowe's second superhero dirtbag.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me still?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, like.
Can you hear me at all?
Yeah,
delayed or anything, but
You do sound a bit robotic.
I think that's just normal speaking voice.
Okay.
I mean, on a side note, like Jor-El left screwed Krypton, right?
Mm.
I mean, I mean, I get.
So you're bringing Jor-El up because Russell Crowe played him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he in the Man of Steel from a.
Yeah.
Again,
Oh,
if you want to
he
get
was
old,
looking younger.
A decade plus ago. Yeah, younger looking, probably like 250 pounds ago.
Yeah.
Like he was.
And then Michael Shannon played Jor-El also.
No, he played Zod.
Zod, that was it.
But yeah, that's a different train wreck of a movie that he's been involved with. I do want to bring up. I know I made fun of older Russell Crowe, and I hope if he comes to America again, doesn't try to track me down. But I will say, like, I want to get your opinion. Is Russell Crowe giving a good performance or a bad performance?
Bad.
Like, I can't tell if this is a really good Russian accent or a bad Russian accent.
But I also just don't think that he's a very fun actor. I don't really enjoy stuff with him in it. In general.
He's giving a Russell Crowe performance.
Yeah. I got a lot of crap from my wife recently. We rewatched Gladiator, and apparently I didn't realize this. My wife's a huge Gladiator fan. And I just said the movie was okay, / I didn't get the hype.
Yeah.
And I got crucified for that, which is, again, keeping everything Roman.
Yeah, I would decline to comment on that movie.
So are you in the same boat as me, or are you...
I think I'm in the, like, yeah, it's...
Blink twice if you did not like Gladiator.
Hi, this is Nick doing an editor's note. At this point in the recording actually shut down because I was forced to shut my Skype program down to restart it. I was doing the recording on my end, which is why that had happened. And yes, I did say Skype. We had actually recorded this at the end of April before Skype was completely shut down, to be replaced completely by MS Teams. More on that in a little while. So I had to restart it, and the recording will pick up after I restarted my program, and the recording continued.
But I would you guys were like talking, I was trying to interject, and like I don't know if I was being, it seemed like I was being ignored, but then like you would acknowledge what I said like a minute after I said it. So I'm like, all right, I'm clearly on an audio delay here somehow.
We were ignoring you.
Yeah.
That's fine, but
we're in our own little crossfire.
All right. Are you recording again?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
I'm back, baby.
Yeah, because I forgot what you were saying.
But
I can bring up the point that I was glad that they didn't venture too far on was the younger version of Kraven. That kid is just annoying as shit, and I just really wanted that to fast forward. I don't like that actor, Levi Miller, and we're glad that they cut that up pretty fast.
I mean, I don't know about pretty fast. I mean, a good solid 20 minutes is dedicated to him getting bitten by a radioactive lion.
Yeah, I was more worried about him taking the full show of the movie and like I just wanted him for a short appearance, and I did not want to see. I wanted to see Aaron Taylor Johnson as the primary person of this entire movie, and it delivered.
So, Gorhan, I'm trying to comprehend. So, besides Aaron Taylor Johnson taking his jacket off and showing off that six-pack, what else made you go, "This is a fun movie to watch"? What
provided 50% of my viewing pleasure.
Okay, 50% is still an F in school. What gets you to 75? That's a C. What add that extra 25%?
I would only give this movie like a 2 out of 5. So the movie itself is not good. But like I said, it's like that Congo thing where you really enjoy watching a bad movie and you don't really care that it's bad. It's still fun to watch. So yeah, Aaron Taylor Johnson made up the majority of what I enjoyed about this movie. The violence, I really enjoyed. The multiple villains, I really liked also. Like when we were getting bored with one, they just brought another one in. I like that. And there was a bit of fight family dynamic, which it adds story, but like I really did feel like Kraven had a purpose through the majority of this movie where he was like, yeah, I don't want them to take my brother. I'm going to go get him back. And it's like, yeah, he's not going to stop until he does. That was pretty cool.
Okay then. How to retort?
I will say
you
this.
can't retort because I'm arguing why I enjoyed it. You
Yeah.
cannot take the pleasure away from me.
That's true. That's true. I cannot. But
Right. I would not put this movie on again. But if I was in a hotel room and I saw this on, I'm playing this over Shark Tank any day of the week.
That's high praise because Shark Tank's pretty fucking entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Because on a side note, Shark Tank is like game show. Like, oh, you got it. You're trying to figure out what the people would do in that situation, even though you have no 99% majority of people watch that show don't have that like I got my genius product idea.
Right. Yeah. First seasons of that, there is that game show element to it, but now I feel like it's a lot of it is just getting your name out there and getting talking points out. Nick, are you still there?
I can't tell. Like a sphinx. I can't read them.
Well, Nick, we cannot hear you.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
I hear you now. Yeah.
I think it's time to wrap this bad boy up.
Oh, before we do that, Gorehound, you have your man crush of the week. I'm going to introduce a new segment, Charles's cinematic animal facts that pissed him off.
Oh, what where are they?
Well, it's more of just stuff that I know. So
yeah, something about a buffalo.
Yeah, so they established several times that the buffalo that are killed for their horns are in Russia. They're in, somewhere in Russia, whatever. It's a big country. Those are very clearly African buffalo. Like they're the buffalo you find exclusively in Africa. And I'm assuming that the movie went through several reshoots because it's most of these Sony movies are Nightmare Productions. So I'm assuming they had the effects made. And then they just didn't care where it was set or realized that it was set in Russia and not Africa. So that was something that bothered me. It was never explained.
Wow, that is quite a knowledge of animals.
I was raised by Steve Irwin, so that's how I know that stuff.
Oh yeah, that looks pretty significantly different. Yeah. The Russian bison is much smaller horns.
Yes. Yeah, so they're and the way it's edited together, it's like, okay, he sees these poachers when he's a kid, and then it like cuts to like not the same poachers, but just other poachers are killing these same buffalo. It's just like I don't know. It's just kind of one of those like back to back, like, bro, you didn't really solve the problem there.
Yeah.
I do like that he's like I like that he's got like an animal thing going on. He's like making eye contact with the lion, the buffalo, the wolves. Like it's an animal thing.
Hi, Nick here again for another editor's note. At this point, my Skype had shut down completely and I couldn't properly log onto it. So, of course, the recording cut off as well. At this point, we attempted to move to Microsoft Teams to continue the recording, and this is where things really started to fall off a cliff, as you will see here. From this point on, there's pretty much no discussion of Kraven the Hunter and more complaining about technical issues. Enjoy!
Doesn't show any image or anything. So I don't know what's going on.
Oh yeah, I'm not. I'm being shy.
Like, I see you.
Oh, okay.
For a reason, like, maybe, I don't know. Ah!
Come on, cuz.
Well, this worked out exactly as I anticipated.
If I were you, I would bail at this point.
Am I not coming through very good?
No, I can see you just fine, but I don't know how you're gonna gather anything from this.
Well, I'm able to record. I'm recording right now.
Love it, love it.
Where's Cuz? My computer must be updating or something, because I don't understand why it's acting so funky.
It might be because of like partner. Did you have Teams up while you were recording?
Before? No. Teams was shut.
Okay.
I know.
He just bailed, I bet. Like, fuck this. I'm signing off.
I wonder if he's somehow in the waiting room. Although I don't know how I find where the waiting room is.
Are you able, because you can only share an invite, you can't invite people in.
Well, I mean, if I know how to reach him, I mean, I don't know how that works. Oh, it says it's not letting him get on the call.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay, I just shared the link to him privately because he was able to talk to me there. I'm pretty sure he's on Teams.
Okay. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'm calling him through Teams.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Hello.
Hey, cuz.
Hey.
Hey, I'm on like a phone call. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah. Do we just want to
like
wrap
saying,
this
like,
thing up?
Yeah, if you
I'm
can.
trying. Welcome to. It's like saying I need to have an account, like as if this is part of my work. So I don't know how to.
Just sign in with your personal.
I am.
Then
Hold
what's the
on,
problem?
I don't know, man. I don't know. God damn it.
I'm freaking out, man.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Always
what
allow.
the fuck?
God fucking damn it.
Everything sucks.
Are you sure you don't want to continue the audio video, I guess? I don't fucking know. Why is my camera off? Why will it not let me? This is so fucking stupid. This is literally the stupid.
Nick, do you happen to have any PVC glue?
I do actually.
Could I borrow, when I see you next, can I borrow it for a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to use it anytime soon. What do you need it for?
I'm trying to make those Lego minifigures, and I've read that that's the best glue to use.
Yeah, I got some.
Yeah, because
Hopefully
I
it's the
had
same
some.
one that you need.
Yeah, because I've got like 5 characters and I want to test it out on one of them. And I really don't want to use like regular glue because all of my like good glue like puffs up. So,
All right.
well,
Well, let's
I'm gonna
yeah.
bail.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. It's
Everything
saying
just
like
this whole thing is a metaphor for the Sony universe of Spider-Man movies. It started off with an interesting idea and then just crashed it. We're at the Madam Web part of the Sony universe of movies. So, I guess we'll just wrap this up here. So this has been the All New Culture Cast. Gorehound loved this movie. Cuz did not like this movie. I'm somewhere in between. And then we had technical difficulties.
I was
Welcome.
here the entire time.
to anyone listening, fuck Microsoft Teams, fuck Steve Jobs, fuck the entire tech industry and their fucking bullshit, because this is so fucking goddamn aggravating. Sorry.
Cuz, tell us more about how you feel.
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
This is going to make an interesting edit, that's for sure.
Yeah, I want
Dude,
to include that as the
splice it all
intro.
together and just mix it up.
Yeah.
Add a bit more chaos to it.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So, cool.
All right,
Well,
y'all. Then we'll just wrap this thing up, and next week we'll do something with better audio quality. Alrighty. All right, guys. We'll all talk later. You've been listening to the All New Culture Cast. Follow us on X. Drop us a line at nick.culturecast@gmail.com. We can't promise we'll read it. Theme music by Dana Vodovaz. Check out their work on YouTube at Vodovaz Music Productions. This has been a Saltwater production. Thanks for listening.
Cuz, can I get a few more curses before I sign off?
Fuck off, everyone.
There we go. All right.
Fuck
Bye,
the
guys.
world. Fuck Kraven. Fuck Russell Crowe. Fuck Aaron Taylor Johnson. Fuck Avi Arad for allowing this shit. I wouldn't be in this fucking mess. I wouldn't have to be fighting with Microsoft Teams and an app I never fucking use outside of work if Skype wasn't working because we were on a podcast about Kraven the fucking Hunter.
You've gone full Rich Evans right now.
Yeah, my blood pressure would be fine.